Hey rollers, this was an absolute match where I was absolutely not ready. I was exhausted from my previous match and my killer instinct was long gone. You may have noticed in watching my previous videos that I rarely win or lose by points. Almost every match ends up with me finding a sub or opening myself up and getting subbed. Honestly, it's just far more fun for me that way. Sometimes, like in this match, it becomes painfully clear that I just don't care to focus on getting points.
I don't care about that.
I don't care about that!
Alright, time for a public service announcement. If you feel the need to pull guard, fine, but please don't jump guard. It can hyperextend your opponent's knee.
Extremely dangerous, extremely dangerous.
No, you could really hurt somebody.
I was planning to include an example clip, but the videos I found of this unnecessary injury almost made me sick. My opponent was good about not using too much forward momentum, so no problemo. Before I go on, I just want to say that points do serve a purpose. They help determine the outcome of a match, I'm guessing most of the time. I know I would benefit from developing more competition-friendly strategies.
That might score you points in a tournament.
But the reality of tapping someone or getting tapped has far more to do with why I joined Jiu-Jitsu and what makes it fun for me. Here I wanted a standing pass, so I pinned his left arm and got to my feet. With his strong sleeve grip and a move toward my right foot, I chickened out and returned to my knees.
Chicken.
When he grabbed a cross-collar grip, it reminded me to keep strong posture. He continued to battle to move my right arm out of position, and I tried to create some separation to open up his guard. He kept his guard closed up tight and elevated his hips and tried to control my posture with a deep grip on my collar. It may not look like I made any progress here, but I did manage to work my right knee under his hips, and then I lowered back into his guard. This can be a very reliable way to open up someone's guard. Here you can see his ankles pop apart. This is where a slick knee cut would have been great, but he adjusted quickly and got me out of position with sleeve grips, and when I stood, he found a De La Riva. A ratcheting motion got me off balance, and he used that almost sweep to come up to a single leg. From there, he fell back into a leg attack. This here is one scramble where you can see my lack of interest in points. I could have easily battled for top position, but instead I decided to go to my back and play guard. Before I got that established, he easily passed, and I gave him time to settle in and get way ahead on points.
You are way behind.
Okay, so we are way behind.
He built on this lead with some strong top control over the next couple of minutes. I tend to wait from this position for my opponent to open up and attack so that I have an easier path to escape. My opponent was content to stay in control and try for some bonus knee on belly points. One of his attempts opened up the opportunity to get up, and then he quickly fell to butterfly guard. It was here that I made the mistake of leaving my left foot vulnerable, and my opponent took advantage. He scooped it down to his ribs for a straight ankle lock. Fortunately, I was able to defend that by maintaining grips and clearing his foot from my hip. Here, I used a scissor sweep motion to off-balance him. This is another time where you can see that I am oblivious to the point situation. This was a window of opportunity to push hard and pass his guard and look for a sub or some serious points. I decided instead to sit back and play some more guard.
What were you thinking?
What were you thinking?
What were you thinking?
I don't know. We had an interesting scramble as he worked to pass my guard. I did a good job of defending his pass attempts, as odd as it is to brag about my technique from a position that I should never have taken. I kept crossing over with my far leg to prevent the easy guard pass. Finally, I caught him with a sickle sweep. Unfortunately, we only had 22 seconds left, and I was 10 points down. 14-4. Yeesh. I used one of my favorite quick guard passes, which is to simply hop over the legs and take mount. This is actually a 7-point move, 3 for the pass and 4 for the mount. 7 points is great, but I was still 4 short, and my old instincts for sub-hunting kicked in. I worked to isolate his right arm so that I could set up some sort of a last-minute attack. Come on, armbar.
Too little, too late, Harry.
It was a nice comeback attempt, but I had dug myself in too deep. I'm still not great at playing for points, but I learned from this match that it's important to at least be aware of the score.
1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 8 points, 9 points.
Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.